wanna get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky! What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rojan Kim.
California dreaming.
Hello, and welcome to the Rojan Kimcast. It's me, Rojan Kim. Thank you for joining me this lovely Thursday afternoon. I'm saying it. I'm calling it. It's Thursday. I don't care what day you're listening to this. It's Thursday to me right now. Thursday, the 5th of March. 10 days away from the Ides. 3, 5, 20. What does it mean numerically? I don't know. 3 and 8. 3 and 5 is 8. 8 goes into 24, goes into 25 times. Oh, God, I don't know. Anyways, there's a little bit of math. Very Asian of me. You now have the coronavirus. Okay, there we go. That's how I start all of my sets now. I just get up on stage and I say, hello, you all have coronavirus. Gets a laugh. One day it won't get a laugh and I'll get arrested. And that is when I know I've made my mark on society. Anyways, boom. Top of the first minute. Come on. I've given you a bunch of jokes. Coronavirus joke, Asian. I just forgot all the jokes. Is it because I'm smoking marijuana at the moment? No. I mean, I am, but it's not because of that, right? I'm always smoking marijuana. So it's really not something I use as an excuse for anything because it's really the only consistent thing that I do. I can't really use that. I can't. Like, I used to try to, when I get into fights with Rami, be like, I'm high. She's like, you're always high. That's not an excuse. I'm like, yeah, all right, fine. She's got me there. She's so good at arguing. She's so good at arguing. And she is so good at so many things. I'm talking about my wife-to-be, Rami Park, who I love with all my heart. And one of the reasons why I love her so much is because she doesn't force me to like Elizabeth Warren. I just feel like a lot of my friends online, their bays are forcing them to be pro-Warren, you know what I'm saying? And I'm lucky. I'm lucky in that she doesn't force her political beliefs on me, you know? She wouldn't care if I voted for Trump, you know? She would be upset. She jokes about it. I can't vote for that guy. I can't vote for Hillary, you know? I can't vote for Warren. I can't vote for a lot of people. So I'm thankful that my bae does not force me to like Elizabeth Warren. Like, I know some of you out there, you poor pussy-whipped motherfuckers, huh? You had to be all like, yeah, oh no, Elizabeth Warren is the best candidate. She's got a lot of plans. Yeah, she's got a lot of plans. She's the best candidate. Yeah, she didn't win. She didn't win Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. She didn't win. Oh, Super Tuesday, she didn't win any single state, not a single state. She didn't even get second. In her home state. She was beaten by Bloomberg in California. She was beaten by Bloomberg in California, a state that supposedly loves her. And then she was beaten by Biden and Bernie in her home state. Oh my God, it's misogyny. Yes, dear. Nobody wants to see a woman president, and that is why nobody voted for Elizabeth Warren. Yes, dear. Well, that's what I was saying. You know, it's great to see online. Mostly white women, or the whitest of women. If they're not white, they're pretty white. You know what I'm saying? It's like people who loved college, essentially. People who loved college, and then all their friends are at college, and then all their friends together are like, we love Elizabeth. I don't know why anybody else doesn't like her. They must be sexist. Misogynist. Misogyny wins again. What does it take to be a woman president? Well, maybe it has to be somebody who's not Elizabeth Warren. Maybe it has to be somebody with more charisma. I mean, even if AOC ran, I think she would get more fucking votes than Elizabeth Warren. You know what I'm saying? Tulsi Gabbard, I know. She didn't do so well, but she was smeared. Tulsi Gabbard smeared. I'm standing by Tulsi. Tulsi's my girl. I don't give a fuck. Tulsi was fucking operating on people hit by bullets and shrapnel on the front lines of the Iraq war that our government sent her to, and then she came back, and instead of becoming a fucking ISIS wife and fucking shooting down San Bernardino, she decided to run for Congress and become a leader in our government, and then try to stand up for stuff that she believes in, and ultimately gets smeared as a racist Russian just like Ron Paul. Ron Paul, before the Russia thing was big, he just got smeared as a white supremacist. Of course, white supremacist, racist, sexist, retard. These are all the slurs that the mostly Democrats, but I think both sides slur at the other or at themselves when they don't get the election results they want, right? So Hillary lost because the whole country is sexist and because the Russians infiltrated our election. Not sure which one it is. Both. I guess it's both. It's whatever's convenient. Whatever explains away the reality of the situation, in that perhaps the candidate and the campaign were not right. If Elizabeth Warren ran in 2016, she could have won, right? Perhaps. We don't know. We don't fucking know. She didn't. She ran now, and she lost. And lost bigly. Lost bigly. Are you kidding me? Couldn't even take her home state. And so my question is, for the people being like, this is misogyny. I'm like, but Massachusetts voted her in as senator. Did they just become misogynist on Tuesday? Is that what happened? And of course the answer is yes. Well, no, but yes, right? Because then the logic falls apart. It's like, oh, so they were cool with her as senator, but now they're saying, no, not as president. You're like, are you sure? You sure about that? That your own home state? Isn't getting your home state the sign of whether a candidate is viable, liked in the place that knows them the best, right? And then to say that they're all racists or sexists seems like you're probably going to lose that election next time around. You know what I'm saying? This is the same people who voted for you who may not have voted for you in the primary. You're going to just say they're sexists? I don't know. It kind of turns people off, don't you think? I don't think that's a great strategy for winning votes. Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you why I didn't vote for her. I didn't vote for her. Honestly, it was because it all started with the Native American thing. It all started with, her saying she was Native American. And then Trump called her Pocahontas. And then he was like, I'll give you $1 million if you can prove that you got a Native American, you're Native American. And then she took a fucking 23andMe test. She could 23andMe test, put that out and says, boom, Donald. She thought she was fucking, that was like trumping Trump, right? She thought she had him. She was like, boom, Donald, fucking where's the $1 million? And then it came out that her results were that she was somewhere between 1,000th and 164 of a percent, not a total of a percent. 1/1000th of a percent to 1/64th of a percent. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Whatever. Very low. Under 1%. Basically, not really. Also, if you were actually a Native American, you would know that tribal community is not decided by blood or color. You know, those are actually white man things. The white man brought that. The white man, do not trust her. Daughter, do not trust Elizabeth Warren. She is with the white man. She wears the skin of the sheep. She is a wolf. She is a white wolf with the skin of the sheep. Dude, okay. The one drop rule was instituted. I just learned it was called the Dawes Act. But it was a way for white people to claim they were Native American and then get land from the government. You could do that by, instead of being a member of a tribe, you could claim bloodline. I have this much blood, one drop of blood, and then and that was actually the way the American government sought to break up the tribal structure of the Native Americans, because the tribes actually held their lands as a community, and instead what the government wanted to do is parcel all the land out to individuals, right? So to anybody who could declare themselves an Indian individual, parcel that land out so that ultimately the tribe would lose a lot of land, and then they could just say, no, we're giving every Indian family, each unit, the white unit, the land, and meanwhile white people will just take the rest, right? White claim jumpers will just take the rest. And so one of the things white people would do is just claim Native American ancestry, right? And then take the land, right? So you're basically undercutting the tribe in two ways. You're breaking up the tribe by basically convincing individual tribe members to break free from the tribe so they can have their own land. And then white people are also taking up tribal land by claiming that they are members of the tribe without actually having to be in the tribe. right? So that was a workaround by white people. See, because tribal membership is actually a cultural thing. You have to be a member of the tribe. So it doesn't matter what your blood is, what your race is, whatever the fuck you are. If the tribe says you are in the tribe, you're in the tribe. That's how tribal, that's how it works, being in a tribe. Right, for Native Americans. That's why Elizabeth Warren, after she got caught doing all this, kept saying over and over, I'm not a person of color, I'm not a member of a tribe. She has to say that. She has to say that to basically, but she won't go back on saying she's not a Native American. So she's like, I am a Native American, and I'm white, and I'm not a member of a tribe. I mean, look, okay. So all of that, I feel like, was big turnoff to me, to the Bay. You know what I'm saying? I think to a lot of non-white people who've dealt with non-white things, big turnoff. Real dolezal move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could smell it on her. Smell the dolezal all over her. Weird trust. Not trusting it. Plus, okay, let's add to the fact that she was a Republican. Switch sides. Not that that even matters anymore. They're both basically the same. But, that's one other thing. The fact that she said no super PACs, then took super PAC. Okay, so there's another thing. The fact that she, there's a whole thing in Nevada where the people of color and it was like she had a lot of minority women workers who were just like, dude, we're just being tokens. We're being used as tokens. That's another thing. The numerous times I've seen her on camera basically lie and then take it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically it's either like you got to be really good at lying or just don't lie. But to the fact that she does both, and unnecessarily, she basically has contradicted herself about the whole thing about her being fired when she was pregnant, right? That story she keeps telling about how I used to be pregnant and then I was fired, and then she tells a story where she wasn't fired. There's footage of her telling the same story where she wasn't fired and then she was, but then she goes back and says, no, I was fired. Well, so whatever. She's a liar. Not to say that they're not all liars. Of course they are. But at least we want some elegance. You know what I'm saying? Have some elegance or have some balls. Like, either be like Trump or be like fucking Obama. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. And yeah, they're guys, but whatever. Does it mean that guys do it better? I don't know. I don't think it's fair to say that this one woman equals all women. That seems kind of misogynist to me. But who am I to argue with the ladies? I'm me. I'm doing it. Here's why. Because I don't want anything from them. I don't care if they like me because I'm hitched. I'm off the market. I got my bae for life. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a ring, putting a ring on it. She's putting a ring on it. We're locking it down. No need for me to impress other women. I don't care. I don't care if they like me. So, and I just need to speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is speaking the truth. All I'm doing is asking simple questions. All I'm doing is asking, hey, if misogyny is what explains Elizabeth Warren losing, why did Massachusetts elect her in the first place to Senate? Right? Then they'll say, oh, well, the misogyny works in that you can believe she could be a senator, but you can't believe she can be president. It's like, come on. I feel like you're just like really doing your best to not actually see what happened and then just dismiss it by saying people are dumb. I mean, it's very easy to just be like, people, instead of looking into the nitty gritty and being like, who is it that voted for us and then didn't vote for us? And can we ask them questions as to why? Can we ask them questions as to the whole super PAC thing where she said, I won't take the money and then did take the money? Did that turn people off? Was it because she was a woman? Did it turn people off that she said she was Native American? Did it turn people off that she did the DNA thing? Did it turn people off that, she seems to be kind of like doing tokenism? The tokenism is a straight line to her own use of Native American, the Native American identity, and using that to get ahead, right? That's kind of tokenism. And this kind of exposes how this sort of white identity, this identity stuff, the tokenism, is really like a weapon. It gets weaponized by white people. I guess weapon is a strong word, but it's dual. Certainly was a tool for Elizabeth Warren. Being a woman, that was a tool, right? She was wielding that as like a political, it's a woman. And now the effect on society is that people just repeat it. They say it's true, right? Man, I didn't want to. God damn it. Fucking. All right. Well, anyways, sorry, ladies. But ladies are not a monolith. I have more respect for women than that. I don't believe that they all are pro-Warren or that they all will vote for a woman. I believe that they actually have rational capabilities, agency, can think for themselves, can think rationally. I believe that, okay? As soon as I ask the question online of why is it they voted for Warren as senator, but not for president or as the nominee, right? The fucking person I asked, she was like, "Oh, it's because I'm an irrational logic." I'm like, "All right, Jesus Christ." I mean, you kind of making it seem like you are irrational by acting that way. Anyways, here we are, guys. Here we are past Super Tuesday, right? I want to give a big shout out to all the people who said they voted for somebody and then secretly didn't. Probably my pussy whip bros who said they would vote for Warren, right? All your bays got you locked down in public being like, yeah, I love Warren, and then secretly, Biden, bitch. Well, fuck that, you know? I understand it though. I'm a little bit of I'm a Biden in the streets and a Bernie in the sheets myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's in this town, you want to make sure you're getting good. The Democratic elite. You got to make sure you play ball. Got to make sure. But under the covers or in the voting booth, in the polling place, hey, that's your right. It's your right as a goddamn American to lie openly about who you're supporting, make a big deal out of it, and then go do the exact opposite in the voting booth, okay? That's what we do as Americans. You know why? Because voting is supposed to be a right, and speech is supposed to be free, but none of that's actually fucking true. People treat voting like you're supposed to do it the way they want you to do it, or else you're scum, right? And if you don't vote for this person or that person, this person, you're the reason why we lost. And if you didn't vote, you're the reason why we lost. And if you vote for your conscience, you're the reason why we lost. It's a lot of like voter blaming, which I feel like is the same as victim blaming, right? The same people who are against victim blaming are total voter blamers, right? Fucking voter, you blaming me for voting? It's my right. You win my vote, bitch. Win my vote, right? I'm not going to just vote for someone because you tell me to. It's going to make me want to vote the opposite. You know why? Because freedom. Freedom. All right. I don't know. Man, this is so not what. Anyways, Biden in the streets, Bernie in the sheets, right? And, I think that's what we do need, maybe. What we do need is a sexual revolution, right? We don't need a socialist revolution. Maybe what we need is a socialist sexual revolution, right? Imagine like a Bernie, just being like, we, under Sanders presidency, the 1% will not be the only ones having orgasms. Orgasms will be available for all. According to statistics, 60% of women have trouble reaching or attaining an orgasm. Under a Sanders presidency, that is unacceptable. Sanders presidency will see that number go down, down, down. In fact, one might even say a Sanders presidency will go down on that 60%. Go way down on that 60%. Until our lips get chapped, and we will stick in, at minimum, one finger, with your consent, with consent, one finger, and we will go down on that 60% with one finger at minimum until it gets pruny, and that is a presidential promise from me. Okay. I don't know how. Just keep up that. That's my sexual Bernie. It's a new bit I'm coming out with. I think he's got legs. Okay, right? The 1% should not be the only ones having orgasms. Orgasms are a human right. Every human being has the right to an orgasm, regardless of sexual orientation, gender, color, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. Orgasm for all. All right, see, I gotta stop. I really want to swear, but I gotta try to keep. He doesn't swear. He's a nice man. He won't swear. Fuck. Maybe I should wrap it up. I mean, I got more to ramble about. I got to ramble about the corona, blah, 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 blah. Dude, did I just, the whole thing? Wow. I just basically just rambled on and on about Elizabeth Warren, give you a little taste of the sexual Bernie. Sexual Bernie is supposed to take up well, maybe it was for the best that it wasn't 10 minutes of me just being like, you have to go down gently on her. You do not have to go down like you're fucking eating an ice cream. It's like a gentle ice cream cone. Gentle, not like, we're not trying to get, you're not trying to tie cherry stem with your tongue. That's not a good example. What's a good example of somebody using their tongue to try to get something out? Don't just ram it in there. You gotta be gentle. You gotta start gentle. But if she wants you to go rough, you go rough. Doesn't mean there's not just one way. We will not accomplish this just one way. Every woman is different. It is not just through manual stimulation combined with clitoral stimulation. No, it is not just penile penetration. It is not one answer. It is multiple answers. And that is how a Sanders presidency will bring down that 60%. That 60% is a travesty. In the greatest country, we are living in the richest, greatest, most powerful nation on the planet in the history of the world. And 60% of women have trouble reaching orgasms. That is unacceptable. Under a Sanders president. Oh man, this is why I want to do stand up again. This is all. I'm just gonna do that for 5 minutes. I actually have a lot of pussy material that is like about, and be like, did you know that a team of Swedish scientists found that the clitoris and the G-spot are not two separate things? No, they're actually a chain of nerves connected together, much like the richest of us is separating the working class from the middle class. We are not separate like the clitoris and the G-spot. No, we are a chain. We are a chain of working families. We are a chain of hard-working individuals trying to put food on the table, and we do not deserve to be bankrupt because of medical bills. Nor do we deserve to never have orgasms. All right. Just kidding. I have a lot of good metaphors, I feel like. Vaginal, political, social metaphors that I think that this sexual or vaginal Bernie, I don't know. I gotta come up with a good name though, because the Bernie, sexual Bernie, because he's not sexual. He's actually, he's really being the most egalitarian. He wants orgasms for all women, especially wants to bring down that number. Right, that's really the key here, is bringing down that 60%. Personally, and I think part of what, for me, gives the bit legs is that I really do believe in this platform, and I do believe that would be the next president of the United States. You want to you think the electorate is misogynist? Come out with that pussy talk. Come out with that strong, those strong numbers. Come out, just show us the evidence. Show us how you're gonna bring that number down. Show us how you're gonna find the G-spot by curling inwards, but don't, you're not trying to dig out a peanut out of a tiny container. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to slow it down, but then make eye contact, get some feedback, ask her if she likes it. Ask her if she wants it faster, rougher. Okay, it's got really serious. I'm serious. This will win the presidency. You think we're misogynist, sexist? You put out a pussy platform like this, you will win in a landslide. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Man, just realized my aunt listens to all this. Well, she's got to know that, she's more adult about this shit than I am. I'm more squeamish about it. She tells me things I don't want to know. All right, guys. Maybe it's time for me to wrap it up. Thank you so much for listening to the Rojan Kim Cast. Please follow me on the Twitter, on the Instagram. Go find me on Facebook and get into a fight with me. Fight me. Fight me online. Go ahead. Subscribe to the podcast on Stitcher, Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you get them. Send it, make someone else listen to it. Force them to listen to it like you force them to like Elizabeth Warren. Huh? How about that? All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and